Hey, this is Jeff. Watch and ready. I just want to get this out to you all to kind of help you understand more about the Second Amendment. If you're a hunter, if you are a guy that likes to go out to the range, this is important to you. And so let's keep it active, keep it in action. Let's don't let the government take it away. Before we get into that, let's talk about this channel. Watch and ready. Good channel. I have a Patreon account. Please go there and donate as little as $1. If not, just share and like the channel. And also go check my buddy out, Prepared Mind, full of information, endless information. Give this guy a hands up, give him a like and share, and he has a Patreon account that you can go to if you like his videos very much and you want him to continue doing those videos. Then donate. Help a guy out. All right, let's go into our discussion with the Second Amendment. It seems like for a very long time now, our rights are being challenged. That they would want to get rid of the Second Amendment. Let alone they want to get rid of your right to free speech. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the Second Amendment. Have a gun, don't need a gun, want a gun, scared of a gun, whatever, you have to be responsible for yourself and your family. If you got a gun in the house and you have small children, this gun should have a device that protects them, that locks the trigger, or maybe you should have it unloaded or carried on you at all times so that your child can learn that these are the things as an American you can do, and read to them, get into it with them about the Second Amendment and about all your rights as an American, because these are things that your government would love to strip away from you. And we've drifted away from our Constitution so far to where it's almost to the point that our own government wants to get rid of the Constitution and rewrite the Constitution for today, which I would believe that it would be all bad. We don't want that. So get your kids involved, educate them about your constitutional rights. Get them the Bill of Rights. We the people. Those laws still stand. As much as they would want you to believe that you have no grounds, no say over governing your own life, you have tons of rights through the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. So please use these educational things that we have to better your life. Now, my thought is on guns, it's better to have one than not need one. and have one in case of an emergency. If you don't need it, well, then you didn't need it. But that's good. But if it came down to it, and you were in a situation with your family or your wife or your kids, and you have it, then that's good. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Learn that one. It's a hard one to. It's a tongue twister. But if you listen and understand, as an American, your Constitution says your rights shall not be infringed upon. Now, you got some guys that have gotten themselves in trouble and they're felons or whatever, and they may have not used a gun in the crimes that they've committed, but just because they become felons, they are no longer allowed to carry a gun. I don't see the rights in that. I don't believe in that. I mean, if you watch an old Clint Eastwood movie, the way it was back in the Old West, a guy would go shoot up the town. He would get arrested. He'd serve probably 2 years or whatever, 30 days, who knows, in jail. But as soon as he was released, he had got his guns back. There was a reason behind that. I mean, one guy goes out and shoots another human being and has no way to protect themselves is wrong. I would think if I walked into a bank and I wanted to rob a bank, if I were a bank robber, and I would look to my right and I'd look to my left and I would see guns hanging on the hips of citizens, that I would probably not rob that bank. When everybody's armed, crime goes down. It's a scientific fact. Maybe we all don't like guns. Maybe, but we can't dictate that, because if you live in a good gated community where security is provided for you, and they drive around in the car looking at your house and whatever, in that community, you may not need a gun. But if you live in a community where there's break-ins and robberies and rapes and murders and stuff like that, because your money that you make every week can't afford you to be able to live in a predominant neighborhood, then you need some form of protection. And I would rather that a felon or whoever be carrying a firearm, because if I need help and I'm not carrying a gun and he's there, then he's going to help me out. 9 times out of 10. We're suckers. If we see somebody hurt, we want to help them. So I'm for guns. And if he screws up, then he's just going to do like he would have done in the first place. He'll do time. Criminals have more guns than I would believe that your average citizen does anyway. As your government's working hard to take away your rights, it seems that the criminal has more rights than you got to own a gun or whatever. So it's best if we trying to make laws that allow you to carry guns no matter what. I mean, if you're going to do a crime, you're going to do it anyway. That's just human nature. If you find some way that you want to, break into somebody's house because they got something that you want, you're going to figure out how you're going to do it. Just like when you had a girlfriend and, you guys were going to go have sex. We're all adults. We can talk about it. We want to have sex. When you were 16, 17, 18 years old or younger or older, their parents was watching you like a hawk. But one way or another, you was able to make that move to, be with the boy, the girl, sexually. Same way, if a criminal wants to do something, he's going to find a way to do it. I mean, a gun's not going to stop anybody from being a good guy or a bad guy. Just as bad as using a car or a knife or a hammer or anything like that. So, I mean, the weapons of choice are by the millions, So, and I don't believe that if you get in trouble by the law, that, 6 things ought to happen to you when you get in trouble. Okay, you got in trouble for getting into an argument with your fiance. She gets mad and she calls the law on you. Well, you're getting domestic violence put on you. Now, come on. Right there strips you of your gun rights. Doesn't make sense that they can easily manipulate you and have control of you. Because the way I see it, it's we the people. The people have gotten soft. Soft. The criminal has the upper hand. So we need to protect our rights as gun owners. We do not need the government to tell us how we can protect our homes when we are in danger. And if you don't want to carry a gun, I'm all for it. Carry a knife. And if you're in danger, hopefully that there's somebody else that's got a gun that will come to your rescue. Then you will find out how important it is to have a gun. I never thought guns were that important. I never owned a gun. Didn't want to. Didn't see the need. But I had some idiot come to my house 10 o'clock at night, drunk and on pills, asking me if I knew something about his mower coming up missing. I just got back from hunting. I could care less about babysitting somebody's mower. I was like, buddy, I just got back from hunting, so I don't know nothing about your mower. And he kept on getting louder, frustrated, because I didn't know what the hell happened to his mower. I was like, dude, I'll tell you what. If you want to keep on fighting on with me with this, I can just get this done quick and simple. I said, you step over in the grass and I'll whoop your ass for you. Well, he stuck his hand behind his back and I heard him pull back the trigger of a gun. I've heard that thousands of times. So it wasn't no moment that I didn't know. I didn't own a gun. And next thing I'm in fear of my life. So I open my door and I yell into my fiance and I tell her, "You need to call the law." And I got their plate number and all that. And he never got in trouble. Never got in trouble at all. I don't understand that. Let alone the cop didn't show up until about an hour and 45 minutes later. Hour and 45 minutes. And granted, the station that's close to my house is 5 minutes straight down the end of my road. And it took them an hour and 45 minutes because they knew the call was about somebody being there with a gun. They wouldn't wait until all the smoke's cleared, and then they would come in and say, "Well, we'll take care of you now." Well, what if I ended up dead? What do you do? I mean, you leave your children without a father, your fiance, wife without a husband. Things are going to get worse. People are doing more ignorant things. I drove downtown, and I live out in the country. I drove downtown with my fiance, and there was 4 or 5 meth heads that looked like zombies, and it just made me sick. I said, "Babe, I don't even want to go out to eat now." I said, "Let's just go home." I didn't feel safe, and it rang a bell to one of my friends that talked about the zombie apocalypse, and I thought this must be what they were talking about. And all the while I'm thinking, these people talking about this zombie apocalypse, they're so full of crap. What the hell? People going around eating people and blah blah blah, cannibalizing and being zombies. And I'm like, nah, it can't happen. But you can relate that to this meth epidemic that's going on. It's crazy. We don't live in a safe world. We should have been getting better, and we're not. Things should be getting better in your society, and they're not. Why aren't they getting better? We pay these people that are in the government to ensure our safety, ensure our future, to make things better. But unfortunately, all our tax dollars seem to be just going down a tube to nowhere. When you go out to buy something, you expect to bring it home. It's tangible. You can grab it. You can hold it. You can put it up. You can do whatever. Just like your groceries. You want something you can bring home when you spend your money, when you worked all week. And these offices don't do their jobs. There's too much corruption. Anyway, your Second Amendment is your most important part of the Constitution. Your right to bear arms is your right as an American. Don't let these rights be stripped away from you. Join the NRA. That's the first step you should take to standing against the powers that be that want to take your rights away so they can have ultimate control of your life. NRA. We need to remain free. Guns was the first reason why our country was free. Guns made that possible. You understand that's freedom not to get murdered, freedom not to get robbed, freedom someone breaking into your home to harm your children or your wife or you. Guns made people feel safe. That's all they are, is a tool to keep you safe. Not that you're going to go out and rob a train or a Brinks truck or, jewelry store or whatever. That's a minimal mindset of people. Not everybody thinks that way, but the government would like you to think that everybody's out there to do something bad. If you own a gun, you're doing something bad. That's why you get ridiculed so bad about owning a gun. Questions, comments, leave them. Like, subscribe, share. Go to my buddy's channel, Prepared Mind. You'll love him. He's awesome. You have a good day. Thank you.